Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you rest well, Bolty, and welcome back to Warhammer Wednesday as we continue our Rogue Trader adventure. Of course, since I'm now starting the streams an hour later, it's going to be later for many, and we'll be doing shorter streams for a while, at least until end of summer, but we'll see how it goes. Go. Mode. Lobby. Send this to you.
Thank you.
They did do a patch today, so... Let's see, we had just come out of the Dark Hideout.
Venture forth.
Off. Are we going anywhere yet to be explored? It's this way.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
Let's see this through.
Been this way. So Z, can you say something again so I can see if it's
Hello,
properly-
hello.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah, making sure it was transmitting, since some reason this game in particular likes to be weird with OBS.
Yep. Understood.
Making sure, 'cause we've had a few times in the past where it's like, hey, let's play for an hour, and
My
then
warp sight
like
reveals
no
something.
voice had been recorded the whole time.
Yep.
Mostly Borderlands for some reason.
Ah.
I think I had it twice where I had the issues the first time I tried streaming Borderlands 4, and then when I started my cache playthrough, I also didn't have my voice for like an hour. And I was just like, man,
Forge ahead.
history
Never linger.
repeats itself.
Yep.
And then for whatever reason, this one does not like to be remain selected when I try. Like, it will say it's the game, and then when I boot it up, it's like, nope, we don't recognize it. So I have to, like, reapply the audio. Okay, there's some sort of, like, trapped area, but I don't know how to get there. And then...
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe that's within the quarantine, which one way I believe you can ask the liege about it
Mhm.
and so forth. Otherwise, I don't know. I believe they've sealed it off. Alright. Greetings, sir. What brings you here? Did you want to watch us break our backs out here, eh? Footfall Utility Crew 3 is proud to work for the good of the denizens and guests of the station. The man winks and salutes you with his flamer.
What are you doing?
Just burning rats and some trash and some parasites of other sorts. The district's under quarantine, you see. It got hit by something nasty. A disease, or maybe it isn't a disease. There's some bugs and worms, what crawled out of a ship or other. It is a bit odd that it happened here and not at the docks, I'll grant you. Things like that usually start there. They even spray the place with some gunk to kill the bugs and worms. But I guess something slipped through. 2 families in that blockway over there snuffed it. The liege wasted no time getting the district surrounded so that nobody could leave.
So you don't exactly know what happened in the district. Disease, bugs, or something else?
No, we don't. And we don't want to find out. If something's nasty cropped up, the right move is to contain it and kill it with fire. Not go in to see what it is and why it's there.
How exactly did the victims die?
Who knows? They found them in their hovels already dead, blue sores on their bodies, and they stank something awful. Which is why the lot that found them didn't even risk looting the corpses. Good on them, I guess. Doesn't mean we let them out, of course.
What measures have been taken to deal with the problem?
You're looking at them. We stand here, burn the foulness, and we've got people standing guard so that no one escapes. Put some mines down, a whole lot of them, for the same reasons. The water, the sewers, all blocked off to stop any communications getting out. The air is open, I suppose, but the foulness doesn't seem to be airborne. There haven't been any strange deaths outside the district.
Are there people trapped in the quarantine zone being provided with aid of any kind?
Of course not. I mean, I heard Reverend Hieronymus has been praying for their souls, which sounded more like retribution fell upon them, and rightly so. That's the most they can hope for.
I wish to enter the quarantine zone.
No dice. Not gonna happen. We're letting no one in. I'm telling you right now, bribes and intimidation won't work on me, so don't even try. You can file a petition with the Liege if you're so desperate, but my advice to you would be to go on your merry way. The Void's got plenty of nasty, dangerous holes. You don't have to die in this one in particular. You go in and die, and that means I'll have more corpses to burn. He pointedly turns away.
Everything.
Onward to victory.
I guess we have to speak with the Liege again.
Yep. I believe this dark hideout might be. Wait,
We
is that
already
where
do
the...
that.
Alright. I believe there's a different one. Alright, never mind.
Also a warehouse.
Let us see what I found.
Stay sharp.
I've read about this.
Some endurance.
Venture forth. Searching is my observance.
Cultist lair.
Yep.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
My Auspex has detected something.
You don't frighten me!
Thanks, game. Tried to respond to it.
My warp sight reveals something.
Now that's interesting. Now that was easy. Always striving for greatness.
Why these have to linger that long? Like, we get it. Come on, do something.
I've lost sync with you. When it's done, do a quick save, and then they'll need to have me rejoin. So none of this is happening for me.
That's probably why the cutscene broke. We're just like a room across from each other. Why is this such an issue? Why can't they fix these issues? Game's been out long enough. Relaunch the whole damn thing.
Ready? Potentially good quick save.
Well, this is gonna hit Argenta, so I could avoid doing so.
Understood.
I can move her a little forward first.
Yep. Mm.
I would assume, yeah, it says within area of effect, right? So that should count towards some of the specialization of Arch Militant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you for the raid, Pixie. Good to see ya. Let's see. It doesn't not shout you out. It's frustrating if it didn't do that. Let me go ahead and do... There we go. It's supposed to do that automatically, but... I'm guessing you were playing Inquisitor Martyr today? Yeah, it says as much. Cool. Hope it was fun. Yes, but was it the Spanish Inquisition? That's what people never expect. Also good to see AMD. Is that peanut butter jelly time, but a pickle? That's pretty great. The Yep, it just says pickle or in a pickle. That's cute. Oh, they have a bunch of different funny dancing emotes. I mean, we had a brief having to relaunch the game because of desyncing problems.
Yep.
So, normal, I guess. I got confused. I thought the skull indicated it killed someone with one shot. I was like, that. How is that fair? But yeah, I think it's just this game, unfortunately. Doesn't matter how many players, because my brother and I are like a room apart. So our connection should be reasonable within the same household, right? But I guess it's technically not a LAN connection, so it'd probably be easier. Yeah, it's spaghetti logic. Still doing something?
Yeah, I'm looking at my options.
I'm just
Surprised that it says 0% hit chance.
you have no more AP.
Yeah, but there's a heroic action with this staff. So I'm trying to figure it out. It says 0%, but it also is probably lying to me.
The staff is a melee weapon, so you'd have to get up to them first.
It's called Visions of Death Heroic. It doesn't say that it has to be melee.
Within a 10 cell radius, hit chance 50%.
Yep.
So it has
But also,
it's a coin flip
yep,
of an attack.
agreed. Even though it also is saying 0%. I think that part's lying to me, and I also don't know if it's worth it, so I'm just going to go ahead and end turn.
Okay. Now I can see why some people would suggest doing that. Um,
Oh, that's a funny effect.
but
The enemy leader came on over to use the demon as hard cover, because I technically made him such with my captive audience.
let's see.
I'm using him as cover as well, but didn't expect the enemies to do that effect.
So he says binaric.
Yep.
Saying that. Can't quite get the guy right next to me, but that's fine. Split up in such a way I can't hit them both. Whatever, I'll just debuff the demon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the pets can attack. I don't know how it works because that's something Z's controlling.
Yep. Specific moves that only are triggerable with the character that owns the pet.
Yep.
It's sort of like additional
And it
skills,
allows you
so to
to
speak.
essentially cast through them depending on your class and pet type. Although I think all pets technically work the same way. It's just more of a thematic choice. Like if you're an arbitrator, you get the Mastiff. If you're a tech priest thing, the servo skulls make a lot of sense. The cyber raven with a PSY fits the
Yep.
psychers, and then the cyber eagle is like for the commander type. So I think you technically get a choice. You can be whatever. I could be wrong. I don't know what the choices were.
Yep.
Did you have a choice of the four?
Oftentimes there seems to be limiting factors. For instance, you have to have some sort of psychic abilities to get the
The cyber raven.
cyber raven.
So I would assume the
You
Mastiff
almost
is exclusive to the
seem to have to
arbitrator.
be some sort of, yep, for the cyber mastiff. The eagle was pretty flexible from what I
And I would imagine the servo
saw.
skulls would be as well.
Yes, though they seem very tied to officer-like abilities, projecting their command, so might actually be limited as well. So, yep. I can't remember for sure though, but I believe the Cyber and Mastiff and the Cyber Raven might be limited.
I mean, that makes sense. The Mastiffs are specifically granted to the arbitrators. And, well, a psychic raven. Well, they've expanded that class, I think, or maybe even added that class alongside the arbitrator.
Yep.
It's funny how you almost have like a orange and a blue sword with your Galatia,
Yeah, I like it.
or it's just the lighting.
Yep.
No, I
The
think,
candle nearby.
yeah.
Yep.
But then you have like a power sword in the offhand. I mean, they're technically both power swords. Oh, he split into blue
Yep.
horrors.
Yep.
Yeah, with the latest, the new DLC adds a bunch of things. It's like we get this slot added, the stimulants, and then you also get a bunch of the augments, which we've been collecting. Plus, we found a few things that specifically buff each of the different pets. So we've got a Servo Skull Swarm characteristics thing, we've got a Cyber Eagle thing. And I think we had one for the Raven already. But those are unrelated. Those are part of a different DLC, I'm pretty sure. But the augments, you can turn yourself, any of your characters, as far as I know, into a more augmented.
Yep.
And there's a new Tech Priest companion separate from Pascal.
Argenta rushes to the last living cultist and silently, furiously punches him in the face. Blaspheming heretic, who were you praying to? I know those words. They call to a lore. Argenta doesn't get to finish. The cultist, having dropped to his knees, interrupts her with grating, rasping laughter. Of course you know them. I recognize you too, lackey to the corpse of the throne. Haven't you already experienced the power of the true God? Didn't you flee from us, shedding tears? Argenta recoils as if from a blow, but then steps forward, grabs the cultist by the scruff of his neck, and makes him look into her eyes like burning embers. I am the one of the Adepta Sororitas, and I have never, not once in my life, fled from the heretics and betrayers of humankind. Can't you see he's trying to get under your skin? Says Adira. Adira mutters. I bet he wants a quick bullet to the head instead of a bonfire. Despite her tone, she is looking around anxiously and rubbing her temples. Smells of a dark future, like a noose around the neck.
Argento, wait, the heretic must be interrogated.
What do you want to know, servants of the corpse emperor? The names of my brethren, how many of us there are, where we are? I will tell you myself. We are myriad, and we are everywhere. Soon, very soon, you will hear our voices, and when you hear them at your back, you so close you can feel our breath, then you will know the power of the true God.
Thanks for the redeems. Pascal pulls a number of instruments out of his robe. You would bet your life that the purpose of these items isn't to disassemble machines, he says casually. Should you encounter difficulties during the information extraction process, I would recommend precise targeting of ganglia.
The cultist chuckles arrogantly, but pales under Pascal's calming, probing gaze.
How do you know Argenta? Have you seen her on footfall before?
Not on footfall, the cultist laughs hoarsely. In another place. She flew right in, like a bird into a snare. Argenta staring at the cultist, her eyes wide. As if against her will, she whispers two words. Salus Prime.
Argenta, what is he talking about?
She snaps out of it, as if emerging from a reverie. A planet. A place. It doesn't matter. I know these heretics. I fought them and was gravely wounded. But I swear, I never turned from them and ran.
You're fine, Pixie. Aw, but thank you. Let's see, 500 bits? Thank you very much.
She turns to the cultist, her eyes filled with cold fury. If you truly have seen me on Salus Prime, someone among you must know a way to get there. Do you have your own ship, a navigator? Answer me. Ships and maps, roads and doors, we have them all, but our path are not for you. The true God spins his web, and you are but a fly caught in it. But where is the spider? The cultist's eyes fill with madness.
I need something more coherent.
Rogue trader, we won't get anything from this madman. As for my part in the story, I will tell it, but not here, not in his presence.
Who or what is the true God you keep mentioning?
You will know in time. The cultist gives you a wicked smile painted with the fresh blood on his lips.
Indim Argenta.
You can kill me, servants of the corpse emperor, but you can't stop the victory of the true God. The edge of daybreak is nigh, and the hour of his triumph approaches. Silence hangs for a minute. Then Argenta turns to you and shrugs nonchalantly. That's it. We've fulfilled Reverend Hieronymus's request, which means I am now free. I can continue my travels with you, rogue trader. Before we leave this den, let us round up what remains of the blasphemers. I would like to cleanse this place with purifying flame, but perhaps we can find clues that might tell us where these heretics came from, or if they have any more associates. Argenta lowers her head warily. We need to talk, but it can wait. Let's meet on the ship when it's time to depart Footfall.
Good plasma pistol. Frustrating because I do like the coercion, although actually I say that I remember when I looked at the eye patch before, it's like I essentially get the same bonus because I'm a Arbites, but I don't get the awareness decrease with the compared to the eye patch.
Yep.
Let's see. Where'd that plasma pistol go? We have two. Oh, a new faux hammer.
Yep, this is a stronger one.
Even technically better than my current shotgun. Downside is less ammo, same range. Reloading's not a big deal. I'll use it. Well, actually, it's got slightly more armor penetration, so that's the good thing. However, it's just 1 point higher, but 3 points lower damage.
Yep. How's the range comparison?
It's the same. The
Okay.
difference is slightly wider range or damage range, slightly better penetration, which could make up for the lower potential.
Yeah. Up to you. Argento could put it to good use if you don't
Sororitas
use it.
boots, killing the wearer raises momentum to 175 whenever they kill 5 enemies in a row in one turn.
Yep.
So that's made for all the more reason she's essentially meant to be that class, that archetype.
Yep. That being said, I kind of like the boots she's currently wearing better. If I really tried to kill all the low minions, I can make use of the other boots. But it really depends on how I do the weapon combos and so forth.
Well, we can always have them. I think I'm going to try the pistol.
Yep, go for it. Yep, I don't see any other secrets. All right, all set.
Are they quiet? I haven't changed anything about the game audio. That's why. Because, as I said earlier, it doesn't like to remember the game.
Yep. Thank you for letting us know.
Anytime I restart it, OBS is like, I don't recognize what this is anymore.
Yep.
Nothing about it changed. Stupid, inconsistent crap. Or consistently inconsistent.
Stay sharp.
I don't know why. It's so far the only game that does that. Where anytime I have to reboot it, I have to reselect its audio and sometimes game capture setting. And I don't get warnings about, oh, that thing that you're supposed to have audio going through, it's not doing anything. YouTube's like, oh, things are too quiet, and, well, sometimes that just happens to be what happens because no one's talking for, like, a minute.
Marching ahead.
Whatever. To be fair, some people like to stream with very low game volume. So, some people just don't even bother to check that sort of thing. Something tells me this is a trap. A lot of targetable barrels.
Keep your guard up.
I mean, I at least try to make sure it's audible, but then my voice doesn't get drowned out by the game. But it varies from game to game. Even if it sounds loud to me on my end, it isn't guaranteed to sound the same way on the stream.
Let's see this through.
To the point where sometimes it's quieter on stream, and then I can hardly hear myself from my sounds.
Another quest sends us here,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll activate more after we have the quest.
It's fine. I do apologize for my mood dwindling, but it's just... it gets frustrating having things not work when they should. Especially when, like, I don't touch anything, and yet it still misbehaves. I strongly dislike when they're like, oh, let's patch something even though things have been working just fine, and now the thing that we patched somehow made this other thing that was working perfectly normally stop working. It's like, what sort of spaghetti code are you dealing with that you have to break something completely unrelated to what you've either added or fixed? How does that happen? Or it's like this stupid thing with the Colonial Marines, that the whole reason the Xenomorph AI was brain dead was because they had one typo in the code.
Which thus made them blind to the terrain.
Stay sharp.
They couldn't navigate.
Yep.
Essentially, they had broken nav mesh. Vision of nav mesh.
Onward to victory.
I suggest this location, but I'm willing to follow if you prefer otherwise.
So where you are right now?
Crossing the bridge, yep.
There's endurance.
Marching ahead.
Nice. It's good to see folks enjoying themselves. Even the air in here feels nicer to breathe.
An entire establishment dedicated to unproductive and parasitical pursuits. A waste of station space. Acquisition is possible. Operation successful.
Venture forth.
The machine god grants me insight.
Weird how it keeps seeming like tech use and it has like a certain amount of uses, or maybe that's just saying use number 3 to select it. That might be what that's for.
It's actually party size that you currently have selected.
Right.
I did it? My warp sight reveals something.
Oh, power ball.
Stay sharp.
I'm still not used to hearing the word maul and then it's a mace. I'm used to it being more of a hammer. I know,
Yeah.
in the same vein, but I still consider hammers and maces different. And a maul usually being a mace, or being a hammer style.
With multifunctionality.
Doesn't mean it can't be, it's just I'm not used to it being that. Granted, I don't think they outright call anything a power mace or any kind of mace. Carouse. I have 70% carouse for this. How much do you potentially have? Never mind.
Alright,
Rough
I
day.
moved
You have
about
no
to where
idea.
you are.
I just might. That's the second bottle you've downed.
Jai Hidari. Falco sends his regards.
And what does that unholy scion of a Grox and a Brahan want from me this time? Oh, wait, I don't really care. My sole plans for tonight are drowning my grief in a sea of Amasak.
Who'll give you grief, all right? Get out!
Rattle 'em, boys! I like this skull helmet
Don't
thing.
think so, Ashmak.
Reminds me of
Tell
a
Falco to come himself next time.
mask from City of Heroes.
Dari, I am tired of your mess. Ow! Get some sleep. We'll talk about settling up later.
Okti Shireen, light of my eyes. Can't you see my soul is full of sadness? Have you no heart at all? Let go of your material concerns and let me grieve in peace. Have we met somewhere before?
The woman looks at you with glassy eyes of a drunk, and he knows 2 empty bottles that have been keeping her company before you arrived. She looks completely out of place in this dingy, smoky bar. The fancy attire, the abundance of jewelry, the implants plated with precious metals. Her appearance not only screams wealth, but also sorry, I'm bad with this word, audacity. For only an audacious person would flaunt their wealth in a place like this.
Greetings, Shireen. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
She smiles somewhat groggily as she examines you over the glass that is raised to her lips.
I am Ryder, trade envoy of the House von Valancius.
Well then, here's to our meeting. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that you're someone special, since you've been granted an audience with the Liege of Footfall himself. It's always a pleasure to make the acquaintance of someone powerful. And the timing couldn't be better.
She takes a sip and then pauses, then resolutely sets her glass aside and turns to you.
Jai Haidari at your service. Professional trader, shrewd commercial broker, and, may he steal my tongue if I'm lying, the most honest dealer on Footfall. Nonetheless, we all have our problems, and at times even one's many merits aren't enough to solve them. Perhaps it would be no trouble for a person with your kind of power and standing to assist someone with my kind of predicament. I have heard a great deal about how open-minded the members of the von Valancius dynasty are, and Lady Theodora especially.
What do you need help with?
You see, Shireen, there's one cardinal rule on Footfall. Anything goes as long as it doesn't get in the way of business. I'm someone who's been able to exploit that rule to the fullest. And in recent years, I've hit it so big, I've become a speck of sand in someone's green eye. They used to throw small wrenches into my dealings here and there. Well, now they've decided to really put their backs into it. Some rats stolen my cargo and dragged it off to the seediest part of the Shadow Quarters. A crummy place even for connoisseurs of Footfall's unique atmosphere. When I asked the Liege for protection, we had a mutual misunderstanding. I believe Vladimir, in a most lamentable fashion, has forgotten his duties as guardian of the downtrodden and wronged. So I'm in desperate need of a new one. And you, Shireen, fit the bill perfectly. All I need is for you to drop by one dark corner of Footfall's Shadow Quarters and pound it into the thieves' heads that taking Haidari's property carries certain risks.
Jay appears to be a serious operator on Footfall. The Liege's refusal to help means the loss of a potential ally. So Jay is encroaching on his turf. Vladam is not responsible for the disappearance of Jay's cargo, he will certainly benefit greatly from it.
I suspect that Vladimir wants to keep the cargo out of your hands, and I want to put him in his place.
May the Exalted One bless you and your progeny. Then here's what we'll do. We shouldn't be seen together before we make it to the safe house. I'll head there first. I'll take my own special route so I won't be spotted. Right. Here, that's where those ashmags are keeping the stolen cargo. Out the bar, over the bridge, and to the left. There, in the depths, you'll find a small courtyard, through which you can get to the place. I'll be waiting nearby. You can come when it suits you, but the sooner you do, the better. I'll see you then, Shireen.
New party member.
Yep. Right, you mentioned a carouse around here.
Forge ahead.
Not sure where that is because it moved us. Well, my point here is there's 10 for demolition, which is using a melt-a-charge, 9 for tech use, which is using a multi-key, and then tech use is 3, which I guess is 3 players or 3 characters that have the tech use stat.
It
So
is slightly warning you how many people are selected, so the number might not be correct.
Of
if
your
you
selected
want
characters, which one?
Yep.
The one with the highest value applies.
Right.
It's just confusing when the other the same number for the other things means how many consumables you have. So
That's
this
correct.
carouse over here has a 70% chance with my characters. I don't know if you somehow have more.
Let's see. I seem to have nothing I can select in this general area.
This thing here at this table.
Okay, let me try again. Suspicious prowler. Nope.
It's a
still-
investigate icon.
Okay, maybe I need to be closer. There it is. I need to be closer. I have an 80%.
Okay. Then you have a better chance.
Okay.
Another notch.
The decanter used to contain a cheap amasec, which for the sake of attractiveness has obviously been enriched with a deodorizing agent.
Marching ahead.
Sometimes it seems like those are just extra little bits of nonsense. Doesn't really do anything.
World building.
Useless world building. My favorite. Someone left their toothbrush over here.
Ah, yes.
It is full of chaos.
Stay sharp.
One person that I'll draw your attention to is Riza over here, if you haven't spoken to them yet.
Let's seize the moment.
Thug, Ryza.
The woman looks to be in her 40s. She is surveying you with interest. Her right eye appears almost black against her dusky skin, while her left eye emits a greenish light filtered through the smudged lens of a prothesis. Her arms are tattooed all the way from the base of her shoulder to her knuckles. Looking for something specific? You're buying or maybe selling? Don't be shy, just ask. Old Riza knows all kinds of folks. My boys will fetch you anything your heart desires. Or was a special thing to say from the prison people we spared. Some of those pirates.
Well, feel free to get some rest, Balti. You don't need to stay up for this. Grandpa Baklava says hello. I know it's Bakval.
Riza's face breaks into a broad smile. That old rascal. I thought he'd croaked in the mines a long time ago. But old man Buckfall's still alive and kicking, you say? Me and him have been through a lot of interesting scrapes together. And oh, all the weird and wonderful things we've acquired. Backfall wouldn't send his regards along with just anyone. You must have done him a good turn. And because of that, old Riza is going to give you a special discount. You've gained a 5 profit factor discount on items from the Fellowship of the Void faction. 3 would be interesting. 2 is a bit of an uncomfortable question, but you can still ask it. 1 just immediately goes into trading.
Yeah. Who are these boys you work with? Whatever.
Rizzo lowers her booming, raspy voice. You heard about how the Clipper St. Cognatius got hit recently. The cargo was cleaned out, everything of value taken. Well, that was my boy's handiwork. We call ourselves the Fellowship of the Void, an association of enterprising, like-minded people who help the upstanding citizens of the Imperium rid themselves of the possessions that are weighing them down.
Terribly noble of you.
Rizzo nods solemnly. It's a heavy burden, but someone's got to shoulder it, don't they? I'm glad you see where I'm coming from.
What kind of goods are you willing to buy?
Tech is always the best. If it's broke, no sweat, we'll fix it or take it apart. And if you score something so nasty that your fussy, everyday traders won't even look at it, fear not. Just bring it on over. Leave it to me and my boys to find the right buyer. Pascal.
Handling of sacred technology by laypersons uninitiated in the Omnissiah's priesthood is a Category 8 blasphemy. That's just funny in context. Category 8 blasphemy. Incriminating evidence of profane acts perpetrated, man, just every word I'm saying the wrong one. Incriminating evidence of profane acts perpetrated by the unit named Old Riza, or Riza, I think it's Riza because it's a Y, has been recorded for use in future judicial proceedings. This beep boop man, he just I can't
She
say
chuckles
words.
darkly. Do you mean to threaten me, Tech Priest? Well then, I'll keep a record of this conversation too. Oh, I wonder which of us will feel the harsh hand of justice first. Will it be me standing in my chains before you, brethren, or you standing in an airlock before my boys?
Let's see what you have. Bunch of stuff. Oh, it's even discounted. That's fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that was one of the benefits we got.
Yep.
So this is the same group we worked with before.
Yep.
And now they have new stuff.
Different stock.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever be able to get access to the stuff we missed out on. There's like a shield.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
It's,
There's a cool shotgun further down. Jeez, how long is this game that there's 21 ranks of reputation? It really made it seem like there wasn't as much to worry about when they introduced the system. Like, 4, 5 maybe. You'll be fine. But speaking of, do I have any worthwhile things to trade? Quick glance over, aside from some jewelry, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's not really much else other than just selecting what we have, which isn't necessarily worth it. Although most of the time the armor and weapons are just traded if you have enough to spare. It seems like you're not going to have them be much higher than 150. So I could send a couple handfuls of such just to get some more progress towards the next rank.
I hear you.
Yeah, that's fine. And of course miscellaneous is a low priority most of the time. Well, almost halfway towards 5, which would get us a new auto pistol and a hammer.
Yep.
Well, here's a bunch of fun stuff for us, at least. Parry reduction, armor penetration. That sounds like a Abelard or other melee kind of option. It's actually more of an offensive cape, but still. Wish the favorites would be higher instead of cargo being the immediate thing. He's like, oh, well, there it goes. Bayonet knife. When the wielder attacks with any ranged weapon at a 1-cell range, that attack also inflicts bleeding. Well, that's fun. We also got a brain. Pirate chainmail. Impulse boots. Whenever the wearer makes a melee area attack, they gain +2 MP and gain a critical hit chance. Lasts until the end of the round, which is until next turn, essentially. And some other stuff. Well, that's probably a better thing for Cabela, the impulse boots. Right?
Yes.
So that's for her. The chain, pirate chain, is just like a better version of the medium chainmail. So it's like improved armor value.
Yep.
Nope. Just happened.
Oh, sorry.
Venture forth.
I messed it up. I closed the window because I was done looking, but that messed you up. My apologies.
Once per turn, when the wearer scores a critical hit with a pistol. Okay, we need pistol. I mean, technically this is a pistol. No, it doesn't even say it's a pistol. Because it's a small shotgun. Darn.
I do think it counts as a pistol, though.
It maybe, but it doesn't give the information that would indicate that it is. And disconnected from server. Stream fine.
I can still hear you, but I have left somehow. Just lost connection or something.
Something drop on me because YouTube's having an issue now. I need to... Now I can't close this.
Yep. Understood.
I'm not even good at jump rope, and the fact that I'm having to do this, plus probably jumping through hoops on top of that. Come on. Just work with me here, please. Everything. Just behave. Not doing anything that stressful. I mean, I'm not even having like anything running on the background in the browser. So sometimes it just being idle is enough, I guess. How dare you stare at your inventory for 5 minutes? It's not like we didn't just give you a bunch of stuff that you have to read through. My character would fit really well having the bayonet knife. Why? Gonna disconnect you again. It
Yep.
hasn't already.
Yep.
If it's not gonna behave, I'm gonna have to call the stream early.
Yep. I understand.
This reminds me of like a bunch of other things where I've had games where, oh, you're doing a whole bunch of stuff, you're in a bunch of, I mean, it was like Cyberpunk even, I think, where, oh, you're doing a bunch of things, it'll run fine. What, you're standing still for 5 minutes? Game crashes. It's like, what is going on in the background to make it that be the issue? I think that one of the issues that I had was either a selection of mods or something else. Was like, oh, a certain car or radio station enters your range. That's why it crashes.
Yeah.
But it's like, how is that my fault? The fact that I have to do a new invite code every time. Yeah, if it just that's like 2 more times, I'm done for this attempt.
Understood.
In fact, it has to load every time. Which wouldn't surprise me if that's the reason it's crashing. I've got to download the game a dozen times. I assume we're both on the US West. Right? When you're connecting to me?
I just have to put in the code. I don't have to specify. I assume yes, but I would have to look more closely.
You can open up co-op mode and check.
Okay. Co-op mode.
What's it say on the
West.
Yeah.
USW.
Like, I'm trying to just check the new gear we have to make sure it's not something I should equip right away. And it's like, nope, disconnected. Screw you. Like, I feel like the bayonet would be good for me.
Yep. Especially while you're using a pistol.
I feel like the Ring of the Iron Will, while good, doesn't really have as much of a benefit for me right now because I don't have double slug, I don't have fulminating shot or grizzly adjudication. I just have shield bash.
Yep.
That's good. I mean, maybe I could drop the hidden auto stimulant.
Yep.
But that's also good, but I might as well just equip that.
I believe we are going to get another iconoclast character in a moment, so that's fine. Maybe they'll wear the auto stimulant. And yes, apparently the bayonet will work on the shotgun type weapons too, because you can use
It's a ranged
them in
weapon.
melee. Yep. Yep.
It's just using it like a melee strike. great sword. As a quick save just to make sure it doesn't anything get undone. She does not have any boots. I mean, the Sororitas boots could be fun on Cassia if she gets a really good lidless eye cast.
Yep.
So,
Agreed. Yep.
The pistol thing we don't really have. I guess that's maybe for Jay. He seems like she'd be a pistolier character.
Yep. Correct.
I wish I could, like, group select things to click and drag. I'm perhaps spoiled by BG3 and Divinity. Dibbity. Fire Blessed Carapace. I mean, it's medium, but that seems like a good option for Argenta.
Yep. Might as well.
What is she using at the
It's
moment?
just
She's
an
already
upgrade.
using regular chainmail, so the pirate
Yep.
one is
I've tossed it on.
well, you equip the pirate chainmail. There's the Fire Blessed is the specific
Ah. Alright.
as a extra bonus.
Yep.
Just getting we are. We keep getting stupid. We need to see about setting up the bot in Grin's Discord server. I think it's the honeypot bot or whatever it's called, where you assign it to a specific channel, and if anyone else posts in it, it bans them. And it's supposed to be designed to ban bots and compromised accounts, because they'll just spam any channels that they could post their stuff in.
Yep.
So it's a honeypot. I mean, I guess the flamer pistol counts.
For what? Lost connection.
Tell you, and it does that. Why does she have so negative lore right now? Like a wound she has or something? Oh, this seems odd that she would have such low lore in general as Argenta.
Which types?
Warp in Xenos is negative 200.
Yes. She has the talent No Heresy.
I see. Okay. I guess that's what they mean by lore. What, is the stream having issues too, Nub? Because no one's telling me if it is.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know why it's happening today. I expect it on Tuesdays. Wednesdays are not prone to expected internet issues. Which is why I try to stick to a non-multiplayer, non-online game on Tuesdays when I can help it.
Yep.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
I'm going to avoid messing with inventory, except for swapping in and out items. If me somehow trying to sort things for you is causing us desyncs, that would be unfortunate. I have a feeling it's unrelated because it seems like I'm just losing connection to you somehow, but not sure.
Well, our characters just stuttered.
Yep.
Let's see this through.
So that one warehouse we visited is where we go to for Jay.
Neither of those were a warehouse, so I didn't know where to go. I assume it's the Void Dock Alpha Row.
Nope, it's the warehouse we've already been to most recently. But now we have the quest, so now it's going to be a little more interesting.
We enter from one specific place and then we exit to everywhere else.
Marching ahead.
Seems like inspecting our inventory crashes the game. Or you moving things around, maybe, I don't know. You were saying you were organizing. Be surprised if it's trying to sync that, and if everyone's moving things around, it crashes.
Perhaps.
Let's seize the moment.
The little voices are
I mean, you're also a Linux user now. You don't even play most online network things.
Figuratively or literally, I'm not sure.
Competitive ones, at least. Okay, something's... The problem is I'm seeing all the stuttering, and then I look over at my bitrate, and it's fine. So I don't know what's going on. It could be the game, could be Steam. I don't know. The stream itself seems to be fine. Like it fluctuates barely, but it stays within optimal settings of what I have it set to, where it's like targeting 10K YouTube, I think, and then 6K or whatever for Twitch. Our characters are stuttering, not the whole game, but like I tell them to move and they start jittering around, going to their positions.
Venture forward. Another battle demands our attention.
I will take you down.
Bird's noisy. Like everyone else goes almost silent, and then
Flap, 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 flap.
actually, you know what? I'm gonna put Pascal here, and I'm gonna put Cassia here, and then Lidless Eye on these guys. Everyone else get into position, please.
Yep.
I guess the reason why it's so quiet is we're not even getting combat music right now.
Okay. Yep, no music at all.
Right.
Emperor, give me strength. If I may, try to die with grace at least. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Music has started.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Me and Gaga.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Out of my way.
I do look forward to whenever we... Okay, that improved my mood. Out of my way! Dead.
I know what I'm doing, usually.
Oh, she has a neat sword. But I was gonna say I'm looking forward to when the final part of the Final Fantasy trilogy is out.
I am a navigator.
Because,
not a
for one,
servitor.
it's coming straight to PC this time,
If I may,
rather than having a delay where it's like, oh, it's coming to PC later, but also it's only going to be on EGS first, and then it's going to come to other PC platform options. But, looking forward to it. It seems like it'll be fun, plus then I'll do a whole stream series of all three. Yeah. I don't understand what Sony's been trying to do, and now, of course, Xbox is chasing their coattails. It'll be like, oh, we'll do exclusives again, too. Like it mattered. How many people honestly prefer Xbox at this point? Very few. It's like, just bring us back to the 360 era and we'll talk, but that's never gonna happen. Yeah, you mean killing Destiny? Like, that was their potential cash cow if they hadn't fumbled it. You know, Marathon will lead the way, right? Right? What was that? The free week that they offered got, like, no increase in players afterwards? I have not. So it sounds like it's part of the Dark something series, like Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, etc., etc. I recall well, I knew of Vampire the Masquerade, I knew of Werewolf the Apocalypse. And then I learned about some of the others. I learned of Hunter the Reckoning because I watched the Hololive Myth Girls play a session of it together. That's cool. Yeah, I know that series. I forget the name of the creators. They're all working on, or having mixed stuff, because I mean, the new Vampire Bloodlines 2 in name only was not well received.
As duty demands.
And I have a friend that just wants to play games with werewolves in it, and then there's like never a good game that has it. Even the ones that have it in the name. I mean, sometimes that happens. I think I remember back when City of Heroes shut down, every May or so, I would always feel this feeling about it, like this sense of, I don't know, longing. I don't know what I would call it. And then when one of those later years, I guess it was like 7 years later, I found out about the private servers being secretly playable. That 7th May after it's shut down. So sometimes it just has that weird coincidence. I think so. Skyrim/ESO is probably the best werewolf experience you're gonna get in a game currently. With and without mods. Like, they just did an overhaul of the werewolves in ESO, and they look better, and I think they function a lot better now, too. Almost would be tempted to get back into it for that reason alone. I don't know if streaming MMOs would be quite my thing. The closest thing I would do is stream Aaron Shore, which is a simulated MMO. Or I guess, technically, I would maybe even consider Echoes of Aincrad. Yeah, most of them aren't good. You get far more vampire games, including the Dawnwalker one that's coming. I remember when Grin used to say he preferred werewolves, and then some reason seemingly changed his mind about it at one point. But I think in the end he just wants a good summoner game that's like Overlord before the anime existed, I mean. Which, I mean, fair enough. It is humorous whenever he talks about the types of games he really wants, and most of the time it sounds like he's describing like an RTS or a 4X style game or something like Total War, but he would just despise the gameplay of those because he wants to be in it. And then I would say like Mountain Blade, but he wouldn't want to play that either. Not for the time investment it requires, at the very least. But it's like the genre he wants exists. It's just not in the perspective he wants.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. I feel like he would have loved Sacrifice. To go back that far. Really feel like they could have used a different name for the little mana critters.
Ah, yes.
I mean, spelling wise, it wasn't what it sounded like, but you just say it aloud and it sounded worse. No, that's, I think, Soul Sacrifice. I remember that one. I watched, I think that was something I watched Rurikon play. Sacrifice was a game where it was a third-person RTS. You played as a summoner guy, or whatever character you actually played as, and then there's the different elemental themes, so you'd have, like, and each one had a different god that represented the element. Yeah, from what I saw of it, it looked really cool. Just stuck on a platform that not everyone would have wanted to play on. Myself included. I don't necessarily like handheld stuff. I only did so much with, like... Yeah. That's what I was saying. It was like, he would love those games if he cared for the perspective it had.
My vow is to serve. Cogitation fails. The order is contrary to
I think he would love Sacrifice. If it was a new enough game, but it is not. But yeah, it's like an old PC game. I think I have it on Steam, it just has not been optimized for newer hardware.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I need to move some of these.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Get them debuffed.
Is that my blood? Going somewhere?
Well, it is now. Just point blank a barrel. Can people stop being so prone to making themselves explode?
No, they cannot.
Let's get to it. Out of my way.
Show me what you got.
Two, 3, 5. Thank the Exalted One. Those ash mags didn't have time to make off with anything yet. Jay carefully inspects the containers emblazoned with markings from unknown freight operator, then smiles and touches the comm bead in her ear. Give me 2 minutes, Shireen. I'll send the coordinates to my loyal crew who will deliver my property somewhere safe.
Wait.
And done. Jay removes her hand from her ear and turns to you. We're good. Now how about we relocate to a more pleasant and private space to discuss the details of our deal, specifically payment for your efforts.
Oh, you're just going to leave your priceless cargo here unattended?
Nothing to worry about. After all the ruckus we've caused here, I doubt anyone will go near the containers. I am, however, infinitely flattered by your concern for my, now our, property.
Hope your vaunted wisdom is worth all the trouble. I'll just say let's go.
She opens her mouth to reply when you hear the sound of many footsteps behind you. Stop right there, in the name of the liege. The gaunt, pale-skinned man in grimly clerical robes glances at you and immediately falls to his knees obsequiously. Your Excellency, please forgive my vehemence. Most noble rider, I never expected to encounter such eminent persons in this corner of Footfall. Most noble Excellency. Jay purses her lips slightly and shoots you a confused look. I am Vladimir Takara's personal agent. The man hesitates, choosing his words carefully. I came here to remove the criminal circulation a shipment, the distribution of which is banned in the lands of footfall. Horrendous xeno-heresy that have been fraudulently delivered to a bastion of the Holy Imperium. He looks at Jay. I do not doubt for a moment, most noble rider, that your presence here is merely a misunderstanding brought about by another's manipulations. It is too great a coincidence that the Liege's representative should arrive in the Shadow Quarters just after Jay has recovered her rightful spoils. It seems that the guards reported the problems with the shipment over the Vox, and not to just anyone but the Liege's personal agent. Vladam Takara knew about the shipment from the start and planned to take it for himself and get rid of Jay if he could. Behold the grubby, underhanded struggle between cold traders. And had it not been for your impromptu deal struck in the bar, Vladam might have succeeded. Choose with care.
Well, so much for being incognito. I guess this one kind of remains more incognito's number 3.
Yep.
But also kinda throws her to the side. This one's the most protective of this new companion.
The masses still won't know, so it's fine to go with whatever one you want to go for. And don't forget to tell him that I'm not mad, but I will be collecting the debt sometime. Jay watches him hurry away, then looks at you. I wish I could see Vladim's face when he finds out he almost stepped on the toes of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse. Listen, Ryder, I'm genuinely sorry about this confusion. Vladimir and I have had our difficulties, but I never thought he would want to clean me out and do away with me in some dark corner. At least not so soon. If you hadn't agreed to our deal, Shireen, my gang and I would already be floating in orbit around one of Footfall's asteroids. And yes, my shipment contains Xeno artifacts, possession of which is a death sentence for any commoner. But you, Shireen, do not strike me as a commoner. If I had told you directly, you would have become, shall we say, complicit. But since those illicit words did not escape my lips, you would merely be agreeing to help an unfortunate soul, me, to recapture a few containers. My sincerest wish was to protect you from any unnecessary trouble, Shireen. I swear by the Exalted One, and I do hope that this misunderstanding will not affect our future cooperation.
This statement is true, with the exception that you yourself are an uneducated laywoman and a thief who ought to stay away from the technological perversities of non-humans. I am now requesting your preventive disposal.
Uneducated? Me? I've held things in my hands that you, cog for brains, can only dream of in your oil-soaked data fantasies. Stop hiding behind piety and law. You're simply defending your clique's monopoly on anything and everything of interest and monetary value.
Tell me about your business on football, the truth of it, and don't leave anything out.
Alright then. This isn't my first year in the Expanse. It's not my first year in business either. I've sat at the negotiating table with all sorts. Not just loot hunters or smugglers either, but the Xenos. One intelligent enough to believe that mutual benefit was a better outcome of our meeting than our mutual destruction. I know what the ecclesiarchy has to say about that, but speaking from the bottom of my heart, I know where the line is between an ordinary deal and a betrayal of humanity, and I never cross it.
I'd say number 1, principled rogue who can think on her feet and is not afraid of inhumans. I like you more and more, Jay Hadari.
There are no chance encounters when you are loved by the Exalted One. I like you more and more too, Shireen. Jay winks and flashes you a captivating smile.
And for this, I will shoot.
Ah, yes. Oh.
It just makes it sound like I'm a
Didn't see
heretic
that
myself. It's like, I like you a lot, so I can't allow you to live. I would say, if you want us to stay partners, no more secrets or half-truths.
I swear on the goodness of the Exalted One. Jay makes the sign of the Aquila with an unexpectedly solemn expression. Argenta regards Jay. It is a strange circle you are forming around yourself, rogue traitor. Sister Argenta, Jay gives her an almost lecherous once-over. I've heard all about your deeds on Footfall, but I never would have guessed there was an angelic beauty behind all of the idle gossip. And while we're at it, Shireen, when were you going to reveal your true identity to me? Jay cocks her head to one side curiously. I am infinitely flattered by your attention, but if I had known I was talking to a rogue traitor, not an envoy of one, I would have shown some decorum.
Wanted to talk like normal people do. For a man of my status, it's a rare treat.
That is so human, your lordship. I guess people at the top have a lot more in common with regular folk than some might think. Either way, I'm entirely willing to join your retinue. From now on, my knowledge and experience are entirely at your disposal. Oh, and one more thing. If you're interested in a rather lucrative offer, one that can give the Von Valencia's protectorate a leg up, I'd say now isn't the time to be thinking about such things. But once we get back to your ship, perhaps you could spare me a minute, Doreen.
Mm-hmm.
I say Adira can go back to ship and heal up.
Skirmisher boots. Whenever the wearer deals damage to an enemy, the wearer gains 25% chance to gain 2 movement points compared to my current dynamo boots. Or no, these are the I'm already wearing the skirmisher boots. The dynamo boots just increase movement by 3, which is still good, but
Yep.
Ratobi pattern auto pistols. I'm just gonna move those into the cargo. And standard las gun. Do not look at this stuff right now because it's gonna crash our game. So we can we can level up.
To level her up. I'm willing to level her up and use her, though if you want to instead, she is also a officer.
Nah, you can do that. Really a character I'm super invested into playing, personally. I already have Cassia for my main officer playstyle anyways.
I'm sure I'll put good use.
Worried because your voice just went robotic again.
Understood.
The moment we're poking at menus.
I had not done anything yet. I am now looking at my executioner abilities.
It looks like they've adjusted sorting.
Yes. And it's probably better in a way.
Because it bumps the favorited to the top.
Yep.
And then puts the stuff you've already invested or are locked at the bottom. So this is a full talent option. I now have begins with 2 versatility. That's tempting. When entering combat, just bonus weapon and ballistic skill till the end. Cautious and confident approach. Dependable is tempting because then the more versatility I get, the better the armor. Weakness is good. Essentially, I can exploit a lot of debuffs, which is cool. I already have something that's like close quarters training. Use two-handed ranged weapons within melee range, but with a -10 penalty. I thought I already had something like that. Yeah, I have point blank? No. Huh. Maybe I didn't ever get that. No. Gains the assault onslaught and ruthless suppression abilities. Which are what? It's the charge. Enemies around the arbitrator, no critical hits can be scored. Okay, so that's what I have as a subductor. But I kind of feel like even though that shield charge is cool, I would probably prefer the... it probably won't even let me switch because it's an origin thing. Yeah, never mind. I'd have to like start over with my character. I don't think that'll be allowed. Because it's an origin talent. It would have been the other one that has the double slug option. Yep. Oh well. I figured I'd be a shield focus, so.
Yep.
Which I am. It's just.
Yep.
So, surprisingly, I don't have that equivalent thing. Where did it go? Close quarters training. Can use two-handed ranged weapons within melee range, but with a -10 penalty to ballistic skill. I mean, my shotguns are already close quarters, so it doesn't matter. Just means that potentially I can use my sniper without issue.
Yep.
Since this is a full talent, I feel like I should hold off on doing any of the stuff that's my arbitrator. Oh yeah, they also properly categorize your special class stuff now.
Yes.
Actually, it just says
I think it's
arbitrator
better.
and then other below that. And yeah, it moves anything that... Yeah, I like the new sorting. It's handy. So, but whenever it's like a archetype talent, I feel like I should always consider those outside of special cases like Cassia. Being that I should always take navigator stuff whenever possible.
Yep.
She's a special case, but... For the weak. Crippling blasts. It's a burst attack. I don't use bursts. Now that's cool. Dismantle actually sounds like a good option for me. Area attacks, both melee and range, reduce the deflection of all enemies hit by -2 and their armor by -7% until the end of combat. Doesn't stack, but it's a guarantee.
Yep.
Flash fire is nice. Cost of wildfire is reduced by 1 AP for every 3 stacks instead of 4. Like opening up too many things in the menu. Trying to read too much. They keep breaking things. Like, oh, we rolled back a bunch of changes we made. Yeah, and you keep breaking more. Stop it. Figure it out.
Yep. Indeed.
These things were working before. Why are they broken now? What did you do?
Yep. Applying the code. Ready.
And even level our characters. Here's a bunch of information that we now present to you upon this level. Also, you can't stay connected to each other while viewing it. I'm going to level my characters. I haven't even been able to choose anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently I'm dropping to 0 bit rate now.
Yep.
This time it's actually a problem. I don't know if you can even hear me.
I can hear you.
I just saw it on the phone as well. Come on. At this point, I would almost be tempted to say we need to stop, wrap the stream up, give us a window of time to prep for our game night, worry about leveling stuff up later, or I could log in off stream and just level all the characters for you. Because it keeps disconnecting us, and it's getting so frustrating. I don't know if it's our internet, I don't know if it's something else going on, or if it's both, or whatever. It's just, it's frustrating. Sorry, everyone. But it's been way too unstable today. For one reason or another. So I guess we'll see you next week. Hopefully it behaves better next week, or Wednesdays are really going to turn into a difficult day for us to do any of this. Because it's been one thing or another. So I'm going to go ahead and just wrap up the stream here. Thank you all for watching. Sorry for the frustrations. I'm sure those understand, but regardless, it doesn't mean I can't apologize. Even if I can't fix it either, but whatever. So, I'll go ahead and raid out. Sorry for it being even shorter than I intended stream. I wanted it to be at least till 6, but it's just not going to behave. Keeps disconnecting us, and that's just not playable. So, thank you for joining me, Z, and we'll see you next week. I'll also see you, I guess, again on Friday for our Dark Tide stuff. So, see y'all then.
The stream
2 p.m.
I should be
2 p.m. It is the standard for me for the rest of the summer, at least.
I understand. Thank you.
An hour later than it used to be.
Yep.
So, see y'all then. We'll